Okay, adventures in winemaking. Well, okay, the first thing you got to do is you got to make sure when you're making wine that you have sanitized your equipment and your bottles. In this bottle here, I have about a gallon of water and this iodized BTF sanitizer. Just a capful of that and about a gallon of water is enough to sanitize this bottle and all the bottles in my case here. You see, so I've sanitized half the bottles. Mostly I use bleach, water and bleach in a bucket, and a clean bucket. I sanitize the bucket with the bleach and water, and then I sanitize the bottles with the bleach water and rinse with regular tap water. Then I use the idosifer, it's the BTF sanitizer for the final sanitation. Mainly what you do is you just fill the bottles. You just put some in the bottle, shake it up, and the bottle will dry out. You pour it back into the container. You put it back into the container, and the residue in the bottle is enough to sanitize the bottles on the inside. You don't want any contaminant in the bottles or the carboil. The carboil is where you're going to have your wine sit for months, and you don't want any bad bacteria growing inside of it. Not only that, when you go to add wine to your bottles, you want to add a little sanitizer again. And this time, what you want is potassium metabisulfite, potassium metabisulfite. Now this is used not only during the process but at the end. I usually put about a liter of water and about a half a teaspoon of sulfur. About potassium is either sulfur or potassium metabisulfite. I like the potassium. You don't need as much. Cambium tablets, basically the same thing. And what you do is you just put enough in the bottom. You pour a little in the bottle just before you add the wine. This will stop all processing or any of the yeast growing while the wine is sitting on your rack after you bottle it. Now making champagne, that's another different process where you do want the yeast to keep going while the champagne is processing in the bottle with a sealed cap. That's why the caps are sealed, because it's still processing, creating that gas about 6 times regular atmosphere. So the lesson is cleanliness, clean your instruments, clean anything that comes in contact with the wine, including your bottles and your carboil. This will prevent any nasty little germs from getting in there. And you want to make sure your hands and everything else is clean. This is very important.